Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very important segment. My very first, my very first segment coming back now from being suspended for over a month now on this channel. This is a very important segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis Paytot. Hi, Big O Wizard. And thank you for the people that followed me over to Instagram and you listened and supported the person that had the backup channel that were taking my videos from Instagram and putting them on the other channel, AKT Celebrity Reads. You didn't have to wonder where I was because I was putting it in the comments. And if you went to my Instagram, I had made it very clear that I had been suspended. So people just chose not to look and chose not to donate and not to follow and support. But I got something for y'all motherfucking ass. Because the people that's, oh, I miss you, oh, I love you. You didn't email me. You didn't check on me. You didn't know if I was living dead in a hospital. You didn't know what was going on. You didn't check and you didn't donate to me. So I'm going to keep that in my memory. I'm not going to put it in the back of my motherfucking mind. I got it in the front of my mind and my third eye at all times. And I've made up my mind. I really have an issue. Don't tell me that you love me. Please don't tell me that you support me and you miss me. And all this time I have been off of here and been fighting with YouTube to get back on here. You did not contact me. You didn't even send me a fucking dollar. You didn't check to see what was going on. And the people that knew that I was fighting with YouTube, because I kept putting it in the comments, did not contact YouTube and ask why what was going on. They don't even have a suspension that lasts a month. They were fucking me over and changed the rules for it. And then all these people will come over here and want me to tell you everything, the most filthiest, minute details of a particular story or person's life. And then I get suspended for it. And y'all are nowhere around. And I had, other than a handful of people, I know Paula, I know a few people that was always there. But it's sad that it was only a handful of people that continue to donate to me the best they could with what they had. But all that's fine if you don't have money, baby. All I'm saying, I'm not talking to the people that don't have it. I'm talking to the people that come and talk shit. Well, nobody asked you to be here and nobody asked you to get this information. It's entertainment. No, it's not just for entertainment. There are people that have been here as long as I have, since 2007 and 2008, but they didn't get their channel suspended. I've had several channels suspended and fucking erased, which shows I got millions of hits. But they've been here, so a lot of them don't ask for donations. Why? Because they have so many hundreds of thousands and millions of followers and views that YouTube have made them partners and gave them checks. YouTube had made me a partner at one time, but then they erased my channels, took the partnership away, will not give me partnerships. I've always talked nasty this way. This is nothing new. But now they've made a rule that you cannot. So not only do they get thousands, even hundreds of thousands, millions in checks from YouTube every year, they also get money in super chats, and they get their cash apps. They get all this money. So why is it people are going to try to put in my head, it's not that you don't have it, like this baby just said. I'm not talking to you. I would still ask that you do what you can. You promote and you share my videos. I don't even care if you create other pages on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and you download them. So they always like to do this shit to me. But the people, I don't know what you have, but you seem to feel that you're going to handle me like a lot of nigger-minded motherfuckers do, on a selfish level where you give, Alexis, and we just take. And that's what you're supposed to do. And we don't have to give back and get over it. YouTube is for entertainment. That is a lie. Because there's plenty of people that will come over here to laugh and get their kiki and be entertained by different channels that they also support them by keeping money in their pocket because they want to continue to be laughed and entertained and a person to be able to come and do their job, which is what they call entertaining them or enlightening them or educating them. But when it comes to me, you want to tell me that I'm supposed to let you come over here and get all my information from me that you clearly cannot see and you clearly don't know. I'm supposed to give you that for free. And I'm supposed to figure out how I'm going to eat and pay my rent. Oh, I'm supposed to go get me a 9 to 5 and give you this for free. Those are the ones that I'm talking about. Stay away from me. Because it's amazing. You creep over here on the channel and you say I'm nothing to you. And I don't have enough value to you to make you want to donate to me. But you listen. And then when something happens, y'all fall back. See, that's why I know you're not with me. You're not laughing with me. You're laughing at me. And you can tell who's laughing at you in your life because they laugh and, girl, that was so funny. And, oh, my God, you're so wild and, oh, just hilarious. But when you fall or when somebody shoots you in the back, backstabs you and cuts your throat, and they stand back and say, oh, I wonder how Alexa's going to get out of this. Oh, I wonder, is she all right? What she had a wellness check, sis? No, it couldn't be a wellness check, sis, because them wellness checks be having Benjamin Franklin and all kind of motherfucking dead presidents on it. Or silver coins, copper gold coins with Abe Lincoln and shit. See, that's the kind of wellness check I'm looking for. When you sit here and look for information from me. I'm not going to forget this. So don't send me no email, and you best not you better not, you best not to put a comment in here asking me about any current event. If you could not prove to me that you donated to me and that you talked to me and you checked me, because I even had a couple of people that checked with me on the telephone. I said, wait a minute, it ain't much, but this is what I got with my check this week and donated to me. If you didn't do that, while I've been catching hell over here, dealing with my stress and my health and fighting with YouTube, I had to fight by myself, other than my assistant helping me. If you didn't do that, you best not ask me one question in this chat, because you will get blocked up out of here, and you best not send me an email, because y'all support the other psychics. And y'all watch them, and y'all give them money, and some of y'all will sit here and listen to me, and then go and talk about me to the other psychics. And they come, Adria, Alexis, and I love you, this and that. But when things happen, I have never been suspended that long. And people sat here and watched it. That's all they did. Oh, and that lets me know you laugh at me. You do not laugh with me. It is duly noted. And it will not be forgotten. Because as a result of that, there's a lot of things over here I'm not telling no more. You think I'm going to continue to put myself at risk for people that don't love me? You just say it with your mouth. But I look at it with receipts. I say, I don't have any receipts. And you don't have any receipts for me to prove to me that you was loving and supporting me when you say you didn't know what happened to me. But you didn't check on me. You didn't see by me. You didn't come see by me. And that will not be forgotten. A lot of my things will be on my website and the membership side, because this is what y'all have taught me to do. See, Black people teach you how to treat them by the disrespect and the disregard you have shown to me. Can't see the live chat. I don't want to hear that you miss me, honey. I don't. Because if you didn't check to see what happened to me, and if you didn't donate to me, and you didn't let everybody know, I don't care that you miss me, because you didn't miss me. If you did, you would have checked to see what was wrong, because y'all know that's not like me. To be gone that long, I couldn't get into the page. So I'm saying it's a lot of people welcoming me, but why won't you make the Cash App clap? Why won't you hit the Cash App and make your ass clap? Since you want to hear what I say, you miss me, you've been stalking the page. And I see a lot of you have, because the videos have gone up because YouTube didn't disable the page. They just disabled my ability to get into the page. So I can still talk to you, and I kept saying, I'm suspended, I can't get in here. Would you please support me? If you miss me and you're wondering about what's going on, I can't get in. So, since that's how you feel, I don't want to hear that you miss me and you wonder where I was and all that shit. I don't want to hear that. The only thing I want to hear is that Cash App get butt naked, drop down, wobble it low, goddammit, grab your ankles and make it clap. Because they will tell me that you value me and my information and that you want more of it. Like you value the other psychics that I've seen a lot of y'all over there on their pages, that you say you love them, but you hit they Cash App or they Zelle or whatever it is they got for you to send them currency to keep their life force moving through their body. The Illuminati move their mind, soul, and their body. You send currency to move their mind, soul, asshole, and body, but you didn't do that to me. So save yo, I love you, I miss you. Hey, 24/7, Miss 24/7. Like I said, you know who you are. If you know you didn't turn your back on me, I'm not talking to you. You don't need my phone number to hit my Cash App. Hey, Sarah mother. Hey, baby. That's right, Christina. Hey, Tashawn. Hey, people that really love me and support me and do what you can. Let me get into it. It's been so many things. And like I said, I'm not going to stay long because I don't trust y'all no more. I'm not talking about the ones that supported me and loved me, stood by me and checked on me and texted me and sent what they could in their Cash App. I'm not talking to you. So I'm not gonna get into new things here. I'm going to get into things that have happened that I have been predicting, that Nipsey has been telling me for the past 3 years, and that I even put in my community forum because I couldn't even post in the community forum. They had me completely on lockdown. Where I had said about the CSX trains in 2022. That Nipsey kept talking about planes and trains and subway trains and Amtraks. They're still trains. They're just electric trains that run on the subway. And I remember I saw in these cargoes on these planes, all these dead white people, dead white bodies, death and disease in the water. And even with the Presley, Lisa Marie Presley, they erased it. I said, she said it. Death in the Mississippi and Alabama and the Mississippi River and water, dead bodies in it. Black bodies in it. Down at Shelby, Mississippi, and different parts of Mississippi, you see it going on now, like you see it back in Detroit. I remember I told y'all last year, Nipsey showed me, in Detroit when they killed the jeweler up there. The white man that was servicing the rappers up there, Jacob the jeweler up there in Detroit. He came to me and told me, I talked to your daddy. I love Jackie Wilson. He told me to tell you do this reading on me. My wife and this lawyer have set me up that are not United States white. They are like some other type of European from another country, from overseas, that came out to be true. With a black man. And there was a lawyer that was scamming that jeweler and helped set that jeweler up. And I also told you there was drug trafficking and FBI informants inside of there that helped to set that jeweler up. And there was a new drug what the drug dealers were selling that was a liquid, shoot you with a clear liquid, make you so high and feel good you pass out for days. Go back and listen to that old reading. I said that. Okay, now we have this is xylazine or xylazone, something like that. It is a animal tranquilizer. They are mixing it with cocaine and that fentanyl. Goddamn it, that Neil. See that's a whole. That's so deep. Thank you, Hutch the jeweler. I said it in the reading. That a white lawyer set him up with his wife, but he was like some type of Eastern European. Or he was a European from another country. He was not American white man. But he was in the other European subdivisions. See that fentanyl right there? See, that's that new, that's not that fentanyl, that's that Neil. That's that F period Neil. Like that Weezy baby. Like that Weezy F baby. See what I'm saying? See, that's that F period Neil, God damn it. That's not that whole fentanyl, that's that F Neil, that's that Neil. You getting now fucking with that. When you dealing with that fentanyl and that coke, now they put that xylazine in it, and you don't know what that is in there. You can't smell it, or I don't think it has a taste to it. You get shot up with that, or you sniff that xylazine, that animal tranquilizer will have you knocked out and high for 3 days. Pass out. for 3 days with that goddamn it, that damn F Neil, that Weezer baby, goddamn it, that Weezer F baby, that fentanyl, that F Neil ain't nothing to play with. And I told y'all that would come, but now they mix them together. These people don't even know that animal tranquilizer is in the drug. They sniffing that stuff, they shooting that stuff. They call it like that crocodile from Russia. Or maybe a few days later, it might not even take 1 or 2 doses of it. Their skin start rotting and falling off their leg and falling off their hand and falling off their arm. A lot of them are now amputees walking around here. White folks with black fingers on their hand. Fingers done got necrotic. They have to cut the finger off or it fall off by itself. Big chunks of leg fall off. Have to get their feet and leg cut off and arm cut off. But there's no circulation to that area. So it dies by itself. And a lot of these people are physically dying by it. See, I told y'all. And I told y'all I was also tied with the Mexicans of the drug dealers. They were bringing this stuff in. That's been confirmed. These trains jumping, these tracks. I told you that CSX was one, but that with the Norfolk Southern, that's all of them in it. Why? Because do you remember when the railroad employees were trying to strike last year and said they were disrespecting them, mistreating them? They blocked the union. Biden blocked the union and passed a law that they could not strike. Then they went and started cutting all the corners, cutting down all of the maintenance and supplies that is needed to maintain those trains for money, killing and getting rid of people working in the railroad system that tried to tell what was going on. And now you see what happened. I told you, poison in the water, radiation in the water. You better save your water. You better get another supply of water underground and store your foods underground because they want to destroy the water, the dairy, the byproducts of it, the cows, like they are locking up black farmers up there and killing their cows. But see, this has been bulls. This is nothing new. This has been going on since so-called black ranchers and black cowboys who were originally here, a lot of them were freemen, were never slaves, and owned their land. This has been going on since back then, since they've been released. Or some blacks were never slaves, they were always freemen. This is nothing new. It is a lot of you people don't read, and you don't know your history. All right, so the poison and the radiation in the water going up and coming down through the rain and even through outer space, because they live in outer space now. They have compounds and houses up there, and they're destroying it down here and creating electric cars and flying cars and taking their elite groups up there or their slaves up there. Just like I told you, the monkeys and the snakes know. Because the monkey man would be Hunaman, the Asian god, and the Indian god, which would also be African, Egyptian, that knows all, and that's all. That's the god man, the monkey man. The monkey god, Hunaman, that's one of them. That I always told you be talking to me, and that's the one they have in the lab, cutting them up and experimenting them and drugging them and giving them diseases. It was some monkeys, a month or so ago, they done stole these expensive monkeys or sold the monkeys that was in the zoo, done took some goats out the zoo, some other kind of animal out the zoo, cooked them for some type of celebration. They didn't cook the monkeys, though. It was some little tiny monkeys, but they was cute, some expensive monkeys. I think it was 3 on. See no, hear no, speak no. The 3 monkeys, like they had on the cartoon. I've been talking to them. Didn't I tell y'all, this is before Nipsey was assassinated in 2018, that Ebola was coming back because a lady called me from Liberia. And when she got on the phone and started talking to me, this big chimp that over there in Monkey Island, that they had over there in Liberia, come through the phone and got moved in my house. Started talking to me and said they created Ebola. It was a group of doctors and researchers from New York City that went to Liberia, had Monkey Island, and was beating and killing and drugging and experimenting and killing the monkeys over there and not feeding them. This lady didn't know, I didn't know. When she got on the phone, he knew who I was, came through the phone. He was bigger than me. Huh? He told me Ebola was coming back. Go look at my old videos. Now, what is this Marduk or some type of virus here that is, I see it, it's already touched down in the U.S. They're not talking about it. Do you know that this is one form of Ebola? This is in the Ebola family. Make you have diarrhea, run off until you get dehydrated, till there ain't nothing in your intestine no more to run off, and make your blood stop clotting. So you leaking from your bowel, from your bladder, and your blood is not coagulating anymore. So what? You're dying, and it is contagious. It is another form of Ebola. And for the past 6 months, they've been talking about this has been a huge problem. The flooding I told you about in the different islands joined together, and in Indonesia, Auckland Islands, Australia, China, and so many I can't name them. The cyclones, the hurricanes, the earthquakes, the volcanic eruptions. I'm still watching Yellowstone and the federal parks. Hit my Cash App, make it clap. Because I am not. Thank you, Mr. 24/7. Sorry, more diseases are coming out. Disease like gonorrhea won't even. And didn't I thank you, Mr. 24/7? Because didn't I say that? They had a gonorrhea that would be resistant to the strains of bacteria. Because that's what they told me. Thank you, Amanda. That's a pretty name. Amanda Rose Artistry. Rose's Artistry. Thank you, Nicole Gibbs, for putting my ketchup up there, baby. Thank you, Miss T. Jones. I love you, baby. Thank y'all for love me and support me and donate to me. Thank you. A cyclone. When did the cyclone hit a couple of days ago? Tore shit up. Flooded shit over there. Like I had told you. Let me get into the meat of this reading. There's a man, an Eritrean man, who is one of the elite in music and entertainment and nightclub life in Atlanta, Georgia, Micah Gidewon. I want to, because I couldn't do it over here, so I did it on Instagram. Let me tell you, Nipsey, 2 weeks ago, and the whole month of January have been very agitated. Come over here and said they're going to start killing my friends. They're going to kill some of my friends. Warn the Crips in LA. Warn my friends there, the Crips that love me, not the Crips that set me up and hate me. The ones that love me, he said they've been locking them up and killing them and setting them up ever since he was assassinated because they want to know what happened. They're setting them up and Cowboys helping it. Pretending like, see, he's a Judas sheep. He all out in the courthouse, all in the screen. Hear ye, hear ye. I love Nip. I'm fighting for him. I'm speaking out. Anybody else speaking out, I'm with you. No, you to round the ones up. You the Judas sheep to round the ones up to take them to the slaughter that really love him and set them up with drug use, drug sales, bad deals, telling them one thing, telling friends that fuck with them another, make them shoot each other, one shoot the other, and you are gradually getting them all out the way for the peoples that paid you to help regentrify Crenshaw. Huh? See, just like I told y'all in that breakdown with the baby mama with you people. The word you people's not talking about her. She's talking about them blacks not associated with her, that's not in the elite circle that sold their soul through their booty hole and is not half white and part of the elite like her. She's not one of them. This is dealing with you people and the old Hollywood god that's tied in that movie that helped her sell that movie that ain't really getting no good readings over here. You know, I don't know how it's the number one on Netflix because it's not the number one among so-called blacks in the United States or whites or any other race in the United States. The Rotten Tomatoes still have a 2.5 rating, and a lot of people that see this don't like it. I've even seen black people do reviews on YouTube, and they don't like it. And how it talks about race, and it's, they feel like it's a racially divisive movie. She's not getting the best ratings on this movie. But see, I believe they set me up and tried to block my ass out of here all this time to keep me from speaking on the shit. Just like when they attacked me because I was warning Nicki Minaj. And I noticed the time when they suspended me. The Nicki Minaj videos and the Lisa Presley when she was dropping that hard knowledge. Like that other white man, Aaron Carter, came in, they were talking the same kind of way. YouTube told me I was threatening people. I was creating violence and inciting violence towards a particular group of people and white people. And I'm like, I didn't do nothing like that. And I didn't encourage no violence. I'm just telling people the way Lisa Marie explained the structure to me. And from what I see, what I heard is correct. But I say I can't really go into that, but everybody else go into it, but they don't bother them. They just like to bother me. I know when I warned Nicki Minaj, I didn't say anything disrespectful. I was warning her because Lord Infamous was warning her from 3-6 Mafia about her husband. He's going to cause some more legal troubles. He was going to get in trouble again, possibly get locked up, and it was going to be a burden for her. They erased me, and I said, you know, God sit high and look low. Because thank you, Shayna Barrett. Yep, I can buy me something to eat and give me some groceries and shit, baby. And I can get Nipsey something else to put up there because him and his friend, Michael Gidewon, wants some Eritrean food on the altar. And see, you see what happened when they blocked me from saying that? A week or so ago, it was all over the blogs that Nicki Minaj and her husband are being sued because in 2019, her bodyguard in Germany was at a concert and some fan got on stage and started dancing and her husband beat the man in his jaw and in his rounded mouth. I don't know if it got in the mouth or he beat him close to the mouth, Lord. But the man said he got all kind of metal plate in his mouth and all kind of metal wheels and shit around his jaw. And done had to have 7 or 8 surgeries and suing them. And Nicki Minaj told, this is not what I'm saying. See, it just came out after they did that to me, you know. Maybe it was just a coincidence. I doubt it. Throw her shoes at the female bodyguard, talking about they fucking. They in the shit together. See, what they stopped me and suspended me so I couldn't say came out anyway. 3 weeks after my suspension, it came out all over the media. I wonder did they suspend their goddamn page, huh? Did they send them a message and shut their page down? No, because it's still being repeated. Exactly what I said, Lord Infamous said. But I want to call me a liar, say I got all kind of mental problem, I'm sick in the head. But it's amazing. I love this mental problem that I got. Because I always say things before they happen with this mental problem. And these snakes and these monkeys and 3 blind mice that's over here. And it always comes true after I say it. Or it come out because it be brewing. See, I see it in the underworld. They try to keep it trapped. And then it come up and out. While they laughing at me and sending me emails harassing me and threatening me, calling me names and kiki and stuff. This shit come out. Now, like I say, thank you, Divine Yummy. And want to kill me and destroy me because I say these things. I'm just saying I'm not saying it. I am repeating. So it looks like I'm the one saying it. I'm just the messenger. And they always want to shoot the messenger. But when other people say these things, they congratulate them and tap their damn hand on them and get them some cash app and shit. But with me, take that bitch down, all that shit. See, I'm tired now. I've been out here being beat up and crucified by these people since 1999, 2000. Now, so we get into that and we see that happen. Nipsey said they're going to kill his friends. He said it just was frantic, pacing the house, pacing the floor, coming to my bedroom, pacing the floor. You got to tell him. You got to tell him. He said this is going to move from, he said, not just the gangbangers, but anybody in politics, music, production, management, promotions, got individual businesses that's tied to rap and music and movies and entertainment. He said they're going to start murdering my friends. He said it's going from warning them so they'll get their guns, they'll be prepared, and people even start moving away from LA, moving further from their area, because certain gangbangers that the baby mom, going to help set up where she know their secrets and where she promised them things, they upset Nipsey up and she lied to them. He said, tell them today. And this was February the 3rd. This was Friday, February the 3rd. You can check my footwork because I put it in the community forum before I came live. And I put it on Instagram. I kept trying to put it up there, and they kept erasing it and then suspended me on Instagram Friday, February 3rd. And I said, baby, I'm trying to, you got to help me. Nipsey, I'm doing the best I can. They suspended me for a whole month on Facebook. I just got out of suspension today. They suspended me, goddamn it, for a month on YouTube and said it was not a suspension because I was supposed to check in and follow a protocol and acknowledge the suspension. So if you had acknowledged, but I never did that before. So if you had acknowledged it when we suspended you, you would have been back in a week, but because you didn't, you've been suspended for 3 months. So now we're going to give you, so once you acknowledge it, even though you've been suspended for 3 weeks, we're going to suspend you for another week because technically this is when your suspension began. That's what they told me February the 9th. Just kept doing it. I'm like, baby, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to do what you asked me to do. You see, they got me jacked up in every place I fucking turn. I'm trying. So literally, I got to the point, the only thing I could do was record it on my phone and then try to upload a bit at a time. I asked my friend, the lady that do the AKT Celebrity Reads, she put it over there. And I put it in the community forum so you could check my footwork for the crazy lady that live in ATL. That said, Neil speaks to her, but I'm making it up. He kept doing it, and I kept this on my Instagram, which is called Warning. You see Warning and how he broke that movie You People down and tied in the movie Get Out, the male side with the female, black man, white woman. And then he went to the movie You, Lupita Longo, that has a clone. The black female side that's really not black and got a clone underground and one up above ground. He said they all together and they shed Civil War and Civil Rights era. Is coming back in. And injustices and more attacks and brutality against black men. Black women can get it too. And little cheering. Along with shootings. Them shooting black folks and black folks shooting their ass back along with these psychotic killers. A lot of these psychotic killers are black men. But they tell you that they're not, but they are. And these young black people and these gangbangers in Metro Chicago and that drill scene finna kill each other, turn on each other, and they got what waiting for them? The prison industrial complex and a grave site. After they take the biological warfare that they want from their body. Because no Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body, then make the cyborg nature. I seen Martin Luther King speaking. Thank you, Big Spade. Hey, Hershey. Speaking to Nipsey along with Malcolm X. Mentioning the civil rights era with MLK and Ebenezer Baptist Church. And his mother came to speak to me, Coretta Scott King, and I seen that Martin Luther King mother, I think she was the one that got shot in the church by one of them Dianetic type Manchurian candidate black men that came in the church and shot him, huh? Now, guess what? You see now it making sense to me. Because he told me February the 3rd, after they had jammed all my communication, I kept trying. I said, baby, I'm going to do it, but you got to open up some kind of slit in time or something for me to get in here. And I kept trying, and I got just a few minutes up in there. And the girl got the other part of the audio that I had to record on my phone. He said, today, they finna murder my friend. And he said, this goes from LA to Houston, other parts of Texas, and Atlanta. He said, also gonna do it in Atlanta on the 33rd parallel. The heavily Masonic Spelman Morehouse MLK playground. That was Friday, February the 3rd, 2023. Saturday, February the 4th, 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia, they murdered Nipsey's friend, Michael Gidewon. That's an Eritrean nightclub owner and partner with his brother Alex that is entertainment royalty in Atlanta. I didn't know anything about this. The Republic nightclub. You look it up. You check my footwork since I'm such a liar and mental ill. But I love every minute, baby, of this crazy. Like that girl said. Goddamn, y'all done gave me all this beautiful hashtag Supreme drip, Empress drip, Queen drip, Supreme hag drip in this bitch, heavenly ascended goddess. Goddamn, call me dominatrix drip, bitch. What she said, drip a lie. Queen drip a lie. I love how y'all, this younger generation here, these indigo children and these spiritual children, when my whole generation of people older than me and before me said, kill this bitch, get rid of this bitch now. So want to deal with this bitch in 2000 motherfucking 22 and 23. I was poisoned and blackballed and crucified. Starting my own mother up to any and everybody else in that industry and said, get this bitch up out of here. And I almost got the fuck up out of here and gave up. And then y'all said, hell no, we've been waiting for somebody like you. And y'all have helped resurrect this crazy. And the ones that are really crazy are the ones that's called me crazy because you cannot see Queen Drip alive. Queen Drip of the underworld. Queen Necromancer. Because I love dead people, so-called dead, that are yet still alive, that physically die and get up out their flesh body and move between here and the other side to tell their business and get in these other dirty motherfuckers' business. I love every moment of this crazy. Shot that man down there at that Republic nightclub, his own club, and stomped him in his head. Now, they've been knowing the man. This is another man that's been a friend of his in their circle for 10 years and said they had a problem about this nigga before. Let him in now after they had not let him in there in a while. Michael Gidewon let him in now. He was drinking or drunk, or I say pretending to be, because I'm seeing this as an inside job. I don't know why, but Nipsey done brought the man over here, and the first the man didn't want to talk. I guess they funny and they elite circles. So he don't want to talk. He been hanging over here though ever since it happened on February 4th. Now, does that sound familiar to you? Because this guy, Eric Holden, and all his friends and Crips knew him all this time, but they didn't want to shoot that boy nowhere but at his beloved marathon and kicked him in his head and face. And that was an inside job too. Nipsey had been agitated, like I told you, he had been telling me they were getting ready to do it. And guess where they buried him? Excuse me, not buried. I don't know where they buried him. They had the funeral on February 14th, Ebenezer Baptist Church. Where that at? Martin Luther King. That's that old civil rights royalty. That heavy Masonic money. The elite, high-level groups that they don't let you in unless you one of them and you buy down. He's a part of that circle and all the big B103, Frank Ski, all the major T.I., all them. He knew all of them, all the major radio stations, all the major celebrities, all the major acts and groups. They had them there. I said, what you said, baby? You been the truth, love. Don't be bought. No, I have to. I like when people check my finger work because these people say, oh, you shouldn't say nothing, you should let that go. You know what? If you keep letting people badmouth your name, do you know it's some nigga black motherfuckers out here that's so weak and stupid? They will believe that shit about you. I have ran into people because my personality on camera, I purposely make my personality sensational, erotic, unpredictable, and flamboyant. But if you know me personally, you speak to me on the phone, you hang around me in my house, whatever, I'm like this, like I'm talking to you now. I don't do that. I don't get in trouble. I don't have problems with police. I don't disrespect police. I don't argue with my neighbors, none of that. I'm to myself. There are two sides of me. Unless you bring it out or you threaten me or where I live or my baby. Other than that, I don't bother people. I'm not like I am on film. I had actually lost opportunities for jobs in the entertainment industry in the past because they told me that people told them, don't deal with her. I know her. I've been around her. Do you know the way she acts on the video, calm 1 minute and then unpredictable and attack you another? That's how Alexis is for real. Now, you know, if I was that way for people that like to pay to get information on me, to get background information on me, I would have had a long rap sheet. If I was that mentally and emotionally unstable, and definitely would have been in the mental institute on meds. I have never been arrested one time in my life for harassing, going somewhere, starting a fight with someone, shooting, stabbing someone, creating public altercations and spectacles, being a public nuisance, menace in my home or nowhere outside of Atlanta or anywhere when I worked in LA, in New York, nowhere. That's why I don't listen to people that tell me I should just let this go. And I'm not letting the goddamn thing go because you're not me. And you have not been humiliated, starting with your own mother saying the same things and telling men that liked you when they come around and they see some man that could really be good to you and really crazy about you. Get behind your back, tell the man you cannot be trusted while you at work. She gonna be in there sucking dick, fucking different niggas. She's a whore. Don't trust my daughter. You know, I know because I'm her mama. Bitch, you didn't even raise me, but see, they don't know all that. And I was too nice and polite to say it. She don't know me. Just because you have a baby don't mean you know that baby. When that little boy starts to grow up into a man, if you ain't close to him and he doesn't trust you and confide in you, you haven't studied that child and worked with that child and been with that child their whole life. You don't know their favorite color. You don't know their favorite food. You don't know their quirks. You don't know their habits. You don't know what the dark side of them that you don't like with their behaviors. You don't know the good sides that you do know. But just because somebody has a baby and they start telling you, child, I know my son, don't do this, don't talk to him, they actually believe what you say. And a lot of mothers ain't no good and don't even love their kids and not even around their kids. So it's because of that reason that I speak out when I hear these things about me, because people don't check other people's footwork. They'll just believe that you're crazy because you don't have the ability to see what I see. Or because they believe so much in the person. Oh, well, she's not known to be a liar. Why would she say that? So if she says it about Alexis, it must be true. And it's not. And I remember a fat bitch did that to me. That was dealing with the housewives and doing all these reviews and hanging with them, trying to get close to them. And from what I see about her in 2023, she's not even really that big or popular celebrity or blogger no more. And I asked her because one of my friends in Miami ran into a man that said, you know what? I really want to work with, no, my friend brought it up and said, have you considered my friend in Atlanta, Alexis K. Tyler? I think she'd be wonderful to be a host for your different expos and things you have and to work with her. He said, no, I wanted to work with Alexis, but a lady told me that she was crazy. And when he told me the name, I knew who it was. She fell out with me because I would not let her publicly embarrass me on my internet TV show. And I checked her live because she tried to embarrass me live. So from that, now I have a mental problem. I didn't do anything to this lady. And when I called her to try to ask her, why did she say that about me? You know what she did? As big as she is, gonna sit there and say, I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. I don't know who you're talking about. And I said, but I know this is you. I can hear your voice. I know this is you, Michelle. I know it's you. Oops, I'm sorry. I said, I know this is you. And I know you said what they said you said. And I just want to ask you, why did you do that? Because I didn't do anything to you. You got the wrong number. Click, hung up in my face, refused. And that was over 10 years ago. refute, might have been 15. When I first came out, 2007, 2008, I just went, why would you do that? And see, I started hearing people do that. And it was predominantly women, black women that was doing it, that I didn't do nothing to. They just didn't want me to have nothing. So I said it to say this, you got the wrong one. When you try to email me, somebody done went off on me and did some dirty shit to me, or you try to put a comment and don't say this, be a lady. No, I'm tired of being a lady. I'm ready to be a slut. Because see, women that flip-flop, and when I say flip-flop, what I'm going to say is in a good way. See, women that will be ladies to you because you're ladies to them. Respectful to you because you're respectful to them. I would see my grandmother do that. Good to you and feed you and take care of you and your kids because you're good to her and you'll take care of hers. But as soon as you flip, and if you do it in public, see, that's when that alley bitch, that country bitch that take her shoes off and fight you bare feet in the dirt with dirt in between her toe and get up on her toenails and have that cone looking in that motherfucking paper sack, then that's what she is. Because that's what you are. I'm on what you on. I'm on the same time that you on. You get on that frequency, so much get right with you, because if I don't, you're gonna run over me and cut my throat. So see, I'm not finna get cut no more. I'm putting the knives out my jugular, out my bed, out my ass and stomach. See, stay your scary ass and non-confrontational ass away from over here. Because you let people confront you, you will not tread on me no more, goddammit. No. I'm sorry to say all that. I might have to come back and do this, man. Read it over because I don't want to disrespect him. I said, that's why MLK and Coretta Scott King came in my house with Malcolm X over here, and then Prince told me, because I put in that video when doves cry, he said, because my baby mama is done a sacrifice on me, and that sacrifice has moved through that industry. She's trying to hush up people that know the deal. And that man, Michael Gidewon, told me he met Nipsey baby mama, that's the actress, and he know from looking at her, she set his friend up. But he must have kept it to himself. I don't know if she know, but he told me he met her, Michael Gidewon. He met her, he know her, and he believed there was something off about Nipsey's murder and that the baby mama some kind of way was tied into it. So when I seen the other day, he had a funeral at Ebenezer Baptist Church. I said, that's why Martin Luther King been over here with Nipsey. They've been in my house talking to me, telling me, this what we're going down that when doves cry. And he said, the baby mom, when doves cry, like you made me bleed, doves die and sacrifice through lies. So I knew the sacrifice was coming. And it happened a day after I said it. I fought to get it up February 3rd. Michael Gidewon was shot in front of his club, The Republic, and kicked in the head by a friend the next day, February 4th. That crazy with that Queen drip a lot. I'm dripping so hard over here, I had to get butt naked because I'm dripping all wet. Like she said, because Queen drip a lot in this bitch. Dripping hard. And Queen Drip Supreme. And Empress Drip. Yeah. And what he told me, this is an inside job, and that man that did that, even though he been his enemy and a drunk and a drug addict, got a mental problem. This Solo or Soto character here. For some reason, I looked at Michael's feet. Was looking at his body. Why did I see some seawater on the man's feet and some jellyfishes on the man's feet? I seen a sea lion. I don't know if this is a tiger fish, a tiger shark, a lion fish, or a lion shark. I seen that on Michael Gidewon's feet. I said, what is you trying to tell me? Because it's ocean water. I said, this killer here on the ocean or in the ocean or around the ocean or under the goddamn ocean, the nigga on the run. He's where in the ocean. He's somewhere in the ocean in another country. Y'all, somebody help me, Because we in Vagina Power Church. We're an AKT celebrity
Reed's church. We in the underworld of this bitch. And I'm in the underworld of the, I'm in goddamn SeaWorld. They got me in SeaWorld. So I'm like, well, you trying to talk about the Atlanta Aquarium? He said, no. I said, well, could it be? Because I'm trying to see what the fuck I'm seeing. Because I'm trying to get it all. I'm trying to get the pieces of it. But he's showing me the ocean with some fishes, and he showed me a lion, called a lionfish, a tiger fish, or some shit, a tiger shark and shit. Look, I don't need to tell Drip a lot, goddammit. What country would this be? Huh? It's one of them African countries? Is it the Dominican Republic? What the fuck is this here? Because what is he trying to go over to Africa? You trying to go to Ethiopia? And then he's talking about his mama. Michael Gidewon's mama. Something wrong. I wonder if they got to this man mama and the dad and told him what's going on. Because he keep talking about his mama. So either the mama knows something and real upset, or she's sensing. Because a lot of women so in tune with their child, you sense when your child dead. Physically dead out the body because the child will start coming to the mama. Or the mama start going to the child. When did this woman know something about her child? Was murdered over here in Atlanta, Georgia, but also so beloved. And the thing is, it wasn't no stranger over here that did it. Thank God. And it wasn't an African-American nigga that did it. This nigga here is Ethiopian or Eritrean too. It's a damn shame. I hate this dirty motherfucker right here. And I just thought he'd be man enough to turn his goddamn fat ass in. But look like this motherfucker done decide to goddamn it go on the run. After doing some dirty shit like that and shot that man. That man got a wife and 4 children. Beautiful wife. Think she also Eritrean with 4 children. Ain't that shit something else? That shit done blow my goddamn it mind. The way they do me and laugh and talk and take my shit down, I said, goddamn, they would do this during the period that would happen to his friend to keep me from fucking warning people telling this shit. But luckily, I still, goddamn it, got in there. I was not going to give up and let my damn nigga down. I was not going to let my spirit hold me down, goddamn it. I did that shit, bitch. Even though I did it hours before the murder. I did it. Now this nigga's where some water at. Some salt water. Now, I don't know. You know, I just said shit when the spirit tell me to say it. And if I can't prove it, he been showing me this here. For 2 days by these lobsters and these jellyfishes and these damn tiger fishes and these lion fishes and these lion shark and tiger shark and shit. Out in the ocean, way out. This is not nowhere close inside it because we don't have oceans here. We have Savannah, Georgia. You can get close to it, but that's a long way from here where I live at. About 4-5 hour drive, like Tybee Island, shit like that. That's not up here in the city where you actually get to some ocean water and some salt water. And I know they ain't finna let you get none at the goddamn Atlanta Aquarium. I didn't see that. That was floating around this man's feet. So I wonder, is this nigga hiding somewhere in the country where there's a big body of ocean water, salt water, or is he underground, and underground cities and in tunnels? All I know is they got a reward out for him. And from what I see, the bloodhounds, the red dogs, the bounty hunters, the flesh hunters is in his ass, goddammit. Now, I don't think they don't put their hand on him yet. They ain't anointed him by laying hands with oil on it and stepping down in his ass, but somebody needs to. Because that man had not done anything to deserve that, from what I can see. Now, this guy didn't like him already and was unstable and had addiction problems, alcohol addiction problem, drug addiction problem, dealing with dirty niggas over here in the ATL. But from what I see, there is a murderer that wears suits, 3-piece suits, and did business with Michael Gidewon, his brother, and the group that ordered that shit. I don't care what no fucking body say, because that's what Michael Gidewon told me when Nipsey was standing here beside him. They could try to say, well, he didn't like him, and I understand the brother said he was an enemy and was jealous of his brother, and he should have kept him out the circle, and they keep his circle small and tight, but they let him in there, and they've known him for 10 years. The nigga been a problem off and on. And that's the one they will use, the one that already don't like you and jealous of you and your life and your brother and everything else you going on. And I see two women's here. This man that escaped is not by himself. There's two women that helped him, either a girlfriend, a lover, a mother figure, somebody like a mother to the female. But there are also female business partners and female sex partners that are involved in this man's shooting, Michael Gidewon. Now I understand he was married, still married, 4 children. I don't know why they would have his funeral on Valentine's Day, because I know the significance and the mobsters shooting out and letting blood run down the street on Valentine's. They call it the Valentine's Day Massacre, which tells me there's also organized crime tied into some parts of this money and in investments in these groups here that was tied to this man, and that this was all internal. This was internal, and they put the patsy up and made him the hangman and gave him some money. This man is being paid to run. That's what I'm saying. There's an underground network that actually keeps showing me somebody coming up off this man fall. Inside of these business groups, there was a meeting that was supposed to be happening before he was murdered, or going to be happening now after he was murdered, that deals with other investments and other projects and developments and a lot of money. This was a 3-way relationship, so somebody was messing with somebody, and it didn't go the way they planned. I'm not trying to say that man was messing around on his wife, or the wife was messing around on him, or somebody involved in this killing was messing around on who they was with. It was a 3-way love affair, and it showed me one of these bitches here that they was fucking. One of them was fucking, like to do cartwheels on dicks. I seen a literally stand up, hand standing on her. Look, doing it with no hand. Doing it with no hand. I said, goddamn, I need to get in shape and learn how to do that. Y'all need to send me some extra money so Queen Dripple, I can go to the gym so I can stand on my hand and do that dance with my mouth and my tonsils and my esophagus with no hand. Huh? Because they said I seen her doing it with no hand. Whoever she was messing with in that group liked it. There was 2 men, she's in between. And for some reason, this man that was shot, Michael Gidewon, was tied to this hill. And the shooter. There's a high-ranking executive that you would never suspect of doing this. Is a murderer. Got their hand, blood on their hand. While they doing these cartwheel and merry-go-round dance. Huh? It's 2 sets of lovers here. Male and female and people in power. I hate to say this here. I know that when Martin Luther King, when Kane came in and started telling me that, and Coretta Scott King and Jane Earl Ray been in here talking to me with Nip. Then it's a confirmation when I see that his body laid up there and stayed at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Ha! I must have. And brother, I kept telling y'all about the King son coming up to me. They sitting there politicking with me and politicking with Nip and said that assassination was finna go down here. And Young Dolph is up here in it too. King Von is up here because Young Dolph was tied to what? Memphis. So I knew what it was finna be. But they had my ass in their headlock. Trying to keep me from talking. You know, this man here, I wonder now if he's an international fugitive. That's so I'm really wondering about this here, because it's clear that Michael Gidewon does not want to be murdered in vain and have him get away with this. But I'm sorry, y'all. As this come out, we probably will never really know the whole detail because they're not going to disclose it to us. This is a goddamn inside job, and this man did not do it by himself, because if he did, he would not have been able to go where I see him in the middle of the ocean. Or he's in an island country that's surrounded by water in the ocean. And I need somebody to send me a map, goddammit. Because, see, I'm in the mood. I'm here for it. I done had a break here for a month. They done put my ass in jail, goddammit. Now they done gave me the key to the city, goddammit. And let me out.
That freedom ring, goddamn it, because like Martin Luther King said, I done been to the mountaintop and I don't feel nothing. I'm ready to see where the fuck the rabbit hole go down, goddamn it, because I don't like this kind of shit. And he done brought the man over here, and the man ain't resting, and he ain't left here. And he talks. I never seen this man. I never heard this man talk, but he's not like Nipsey. Like, he don't have the type of personality from what I can see. He's a good heart. He's a deep, caring soul, but he's easygoing and very smooth. He don't like people knowing his business or be in it, but he bite that, like Nip, bite that paper. You know what I'm saying? And don't really fuck with a lot of riffraff and shit. That's why when they said, oh, this is a stranger that just popped in there, a customer that was drunk, I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not a stranger because he don't move like that. And he's never had that kind of problem. Then a couple of days later, it come out. That's his friend. And his brother wrote an open letter, was on Twitter. That's his friend. That's been a problem friend for 10 years. And working that as a promoter. It's a junkie, goddamn. And he's a two-faced back there. He got the same kind of nigga mentality that they have the niggas over here in the hood, goddamn it. Move just like they ain't no damn good. Ain't no damn good. So I guess, I don't know how far they're supposed to go, what I'm supposed to know, what I'm supposed to tell. But whatever I'm led to get into, I'm going to get into because I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's absolutely fascinating. I've been so tired and I didn't want to do this reading and I'm really not doing a lot of reading because I don't feel well. And I'm very tired. People always read this. I can't. And I made up my mind I'm not. I'm going to take care of me and get me together. I'm not going to be all over the place where everybody want me to go. I cannot do it to my body no more because y'all don't look out for me any motherfucking way. That's why I'm not on camera now because I don't feel that great. But this I will do. However he wants me to, how long he wants to. And he keeps saying, tell my wife to watch Ghost. Tell my wife to watch Ghost. My wife needs to watch Ghost. And see, I don't know if they believe in this what I am. This type of thing. Maybe that's why he's saying it. And for you all up there that have seen Ghost, that's my favorite movie. Nipsey loves that movie. And in that movie, it shows there's a man that goes to murder Patrick Swayze, which is Demi Moore's husband in the movie. And he disappears, that Puerto Rican guy. And I think it's just a random murder. And then Patrick Swayze comes back down here, gets Whoopi Goldberg to go to Demi Moore, who brushes her off and say, you're a liar. This lady's a con artist. She's been arrested for conning people, tricking them out of money. Don't listen to that bitch. And then she starts saying stuff that Whoopi Goldberg says that Demi Moore knows only her and Patrick Swayze know, and driving a penny up the wall and sending it through the bottom of the door. Patrick Swayze starts to investigate this guy that murders him and finds out he's what? He's a business partner dealing with computers and electronics in one of the companies that he works with and supposed to be a best friend to be in his house eating. He said, tell my wife. And I said, baby, I can't. I'm not, them bougie circles and stuff. I'm not in them circles. I know they're going to let me in. They're going to say the same thing about me. Don't listen to her. Don't talk to her, whatever. So, baby, I can't do it. Only thing I can do is put it out in the public. I mean, you should know that, because if I was in them circles, you would already know who I am. And he didn't really want to talk to me. When Nipsey brought him over here, he stood and he just stared at me and looked me up and down. And I said, well, damn, is he going to talk? I mean, do you want to talk? And I said, well, Nipsey, maybe he doesn't want to talk to me. Take him to another psychic medium that he feels comfortable, or maybe they have their own in Atlanta. Take him over there. But then again, I already know. If it's a psychic within the bourgeoisie stuck-up circles, they would never reveal this to the public. Because they like to lick up to these people's ass with money, and they would never dare tell in public. Because they don't want to mess up what they got going on by exposing these dirty motherfuckers with money. So y'all think people dirty because they broke and dirty because they poor. No, it's a lot of people that are dirty because they have money, and the more they got, they doing dirty. They have done dirty shit and murder people, got insurance policies on people, and set motherfuckers up to be hit to get where they are. And then they see you getting it, and they'll want certain people not to have it in them circles with them. So they'll set their ass up. And he's showing me this is about policies. I don't know. I wonder if somebody, he told me a red Alfa Romero sports car that was a older Alfa Romero that has a stick shift in it, but the person doesn't have it now because something went out with the stick shift and the gears and the brake. And the company UNESCO, that's also tied to the Gidewon Foundation. He started showing me this is business, numbers, politics, banking, finance. This is not some street shit. If it's street shit, it's because somebody higher up that's a dirty ass murderer that's wearing a three-piece suit got a street motherfucker to shoot that motherfucking man. That's what the fuck it is. And you know me. I'm always willing to be wrong and corrected. But at this time, this man has not said this crazy, drunk motherfucker right here, even though we know he's off, and they knew he was off. It is not that simple to do this the way he did it. I will continue to look at it and bring more information about this here. But so far, I stand by what I said. Brenton Strang. I don't know what Brenton Strang is unless you're talking to someone else. So forgive me if I got, because I just now came back in the chat. I could not see it. That's right. Thumb the video up and pass it around. Lucifer said that spirit is using the lion to say that C-man is lying. You know, they speak real. No, I'm not confused. I said what I said. I said the man that shot the club owner, Michael Gidewon, at his Republic nightclub, February the 4th, 2023, downtown Atlanta, Georgia. His shooter is on the run, and his shooter is in the ocean. Or he's in an island or a country surrounded by salt water and sea animals. That's what I said, not a riddle. And I said one of them, and the fish I see is a tiger fish or a tiger shark, a lionfish or a lion shark, and jellyfishes. That's what I said. No confusion. I said the nigga on the run. That's what I said. So he's by the ocean, or he traveled there and went through it or over it, and he's in a country or a island or a this. I said what I said. I'm not confused. Well, for good goddamn. Ain't nobody tricking me. Well, it wasn't no misunderstanding. It wasn't no play, no goddamn it riddle. We are not dealing with the riddler from Batman, goddamn it. And speaking of that, Batman came up in this. There's a new Batman coming out, I think, and it ties to Nipsey, because you know it's one of his favorite characters, the goddamn it bat. And there's some bats in the cave and in the belfry in this motherfucker that's also tied to that disease I told you about, that Margaret or Mardu, that is tied to them goddamn it bats. And we're also dealing with the lion Leo. We're dealing with the signs of Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. We're dealing with the constellation of Andromeda. We're dealing with Sirius, and we're dealing with Orion's belt. But we're also dealing with Andromeda that goes back to where? Ethiopia. So all those spirits have been let loose and coming out of here with the serpent spirit. Canis Major, Canis Minor, which would be Sirius, and we're dealing with Orion. And also going back into Egypt. That ties well into Atlantis. Oh no, baby, I'm not confused at all. I just don't know how deep I'm going to go into this. Thank you, Daily Official. So if anybody can let me know, looking in these countries that know more about them than I do, and to travel around, or these island countries, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, um, Venezuela, Colombia, any one of these countries like this here that's surrounded by seawater and got them type of animals in there, lionfish, lion shark, tiger sharks, let me know. Because I believe this man is trying to get the fuck away from Atlanta so he will not be arrested. Instead of facing what he's done to Michael Gideon. Okay? So I'll be back later.